Before the video starts, I do have to give a warning. There is strong language used. Again, um, like I said before in the previous interviews, if you want to get on, just DM me. We don't have to know each other whatsoever. No relationship of any kind. Just talk about your opinion on the community. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another The Hub interview. Today, I'm with a very, very special guest. He's been in the community for years. I know personally because I've known him back since like 2018-ish. So I've known he's been in here in the community for years. And I can't wait for everyone to get to know the one, the only Lolzy.
Yeah,
How are
it's
you?
me. I'm very good. I'm eating chicken.
Chicken is a very good, healthy thing to eat, especially.
It's actually not. I
Uh,
mean, it's southern fried, so I don't know if it's healthy.
I, chicken is chicken. We eat it,
Yeah,
we
yeah. It's
consume,
it's
and
good.
then we
It's
poop
good.
it out. It's just a cycle,
Yeah, unless you're a vegan, chicken's good in it.
Yeah, vegans. Woo, woo. Anyway.
No, honestly, vegans are just they're not funny. Honestly.
Yeah, you're just not funny. If you're a vegan, you're not funny. All right. All right. Let's get into the questionnaire stuff. You know what I mean? All right.
Yeah.
So I asked this to the previous three guests. This is the first question always. I'm just gonna ask anyone this who comes on it. Really, how did you get into the community of game shows?
Um. Well, it was, believe it or not, back in 2015. I was in a completely different community that was still to do with Minecraft, but it was mainly like YouTube central Minecraft community. I don't know exactly how to call it. They're now called Tech Dungeon, I think. But back in the day they used to be called Hill Software, and basically they were on Mumble. Like you know that thing? They were on Mumble.
Oh yeah. I know what Mumble is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I met a guy called Mario Fan, who's now called I don't even know how to pronounce the first part of the name, but all I know is that his name's Sam. So I met Sam in the same community as him, and he went off to do the whole game show thing first. So I kind of got brought into it because he asked me, "Hey, do you want to play in a Legends of the Hidden Temple game?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not? I mean, it'll be fun, I guess." Which it was, to be fair, because like it was something different that I haven't really done in like ever at that time. So me being 14, it was, you know, it was something different to do, and it kind of brought out like this whole new horizon for me, and basically got put into his Skype, like this big fucking Skype group chat, called, I think it was like Alto Mario's channel or something. I don't even remember. But then after that, it kind of just went from there. You know, gone from Skype to Discord and so on and so forth.
I see. So you were in the Skype community because I know there was a Skype community. I wasn't a part of
Yeah,
that. I joined like I think a year later.
I wasn't one of the early ones, but I was like one of the ones who came in like I would say at the mid stage of it, where it was like pretty much
Hmm.
already like bustling. It was already like, you know, not popular, but it was popular for the amount of people that were in it. Like I met a lot of new people there. I met people like Walker, Irish, Claire, Shay, Bayback. I remember people like Blocktopus. What's the other face? Ben. Not it's just Ben. It's a completely different Ben, but I think his name now is Ben is L. I don't really remember, but I met like all these people, and you know, in general, it was just like it's pretty. You know, I met a lot of people there. You know, I also met Alto and
Yeah,
all those people, and yeah, it was pretty lit. So what the
exactly,
wait,
exactly.
hold on. Suds just sent me a picture of like pouring milk. What? Hold on. What? Why is he sending me a picture of like just a gif of milk being poured into a cup?
He suds. I don't know. He does his own thing.
Yeah, I know. He's doing his own thing.
Okay,
Oh, your
okay.
status says you need me, bruh. Oh my fucking day. Right, my status on fucking Discord right now is like saying I need some milk, and he's just okay. All right, all right, nice.
All right, back on track.
Oh
All
god.
right. Should I keep that in? You know, I'm gonna keep that in.
Keep what in?
No. I cut it out. If you want me to cut it out, if the person
No, no,
asks me
no.
to cut
Keep
it out.
everything in. I don't care. Keep everything in.
All right, everything, every single thing. Okay, you know what?
Everything.
That whole little spiel right there is it's in. Congratulations, people. Watching this, you get to see an behind the scenes kind of thing. All right,
Yeah.
back on track. Do you remember your first Minecraft Survivor recorded at all?
First recorded one? Jesus Christ.
I know.
I would have thought something back in 2015 when Bayback did his like original series. I was in I think I was in or was it Walker? Oh, I don't remember. I think it was either Walkers or a Baybacks. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember like my first ever recorded one was I think it was Walkers. I got second. I basically got carried to the end because I didn't know what I
Oh
was
god.
doing. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, imagine like a British guy who knows nothing about Survivor coming in at 14 years of age and just getting carried by some random person. Don't even remember who the finalist was, but they were there and that was it.
So you did you enjoy your time at least? Or was it just like, what the fuck am I
Uh,
doing here?
it was a bit of both. It was kind of like I had no idea what I was doing, but I was kind of like, yeah, I'm just doing it, and it like I enjoy it, but I'm just doing whatever.
Yeah, I get that because that was the same with me. I don't remember my first recorded, but my first game I was in, I was like, huh? What am I doing? What is an idol?
Yeah,
Everyone was like going into Alliance chats, like, what am I doing here? I'm just chilling in the general call. No one's
honestly,
talking
I'm
to
the
me.
same. I'm the same right now. I'm like at times I don't even know what I'm doing half the time because either it's like 1 a.m., 1 in the morning for me, or it's just that I can't be bothered.
Yeah, that was gonna be one of my questions, so I might as well bring it up now that you said that. Like the time zone difference, does that like hurt your game tremendously? Because I know you get tired.
Um, Depends because sometimes if I'm like really up for it, then it doesn't really hurt my game too much. But if it comes to a point where I'm just like really tired and I can't be asked to do anything, then yeah, it will. Like I'm not gonna bother to play in the challenges if I know I'm not gonna win. Like if it's something like that I know I can win, then I'll be like, you know what, yeah, cool, I'll try. But other than that, it's just yeah, it's just whatever for me.
Yeah. So because for people in Central Time, they even complain about time zone differences, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
You're earlier
yeah,
than EST. It's like, why are you complaining?
yeah.
And then there's someone like you who's like, I don't know, how many hours are you ahead of EST? You know?
I think it's like 5. I think.
Jesus. Like we start at either 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. EST, and then you start at like 5 p.m.
Yeah, like 3 to 5 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you actually have to stay up, maybe even pull an all-nighter for God's sake. Like,
I mean, I've pulled bare all nighters, and like, it's never nice because then you kind of fuck up your entire sleeping schedule. I mean, like, my sleep schedule's already fucked as it is, so it's kind of been like, I don't know. It's like,
I don't. I feel
yeah,
like most people in the community, their sleep schedule is just dead.
yeah. Unless you're like really busy in general, it's just dead.
Yeah, factual. All right, so I've know I did a little bit of research because I do some research things. You know, I'm so good at it. Obviously,
All
of
right.
course. Um, you were in Kyle's, correct? Yes.
Yeah,
Oxys, two of
yeah,
them, I think, I believe.
yeah. Two of them. Yeah,
And well, you know, we'll shout this guy out. Two Lambos, I guess.
yeah. Oh god.
So I want to ask your opinion because obviously, spoiler warning. By the way, close your ears. You won Kyle's,
Yeah.
but another spoiler alert again. Oxy's not so much.
Well,
So
I was close at one point. I was very
yeah, yeah, yeah,
close.
yeah. Me and you even played a season together. I remember it was season 3.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, that was long ago. Anyway,
yeah, that
so
was long.
which out of the series? Actually, no. Actually, just overall, because I know you're in LMP Low Man Productions now recently. That's just coming
Yeah.
out. Out of all the recorders you've been in, what is your favorite?
um, favorite one? I don't know. I'm not sure. Like each of them are good in their own right, to be fair. But if I had to say one, I'd probably say Oxy's season 5.
So that
Like
was like your best experience on it, or is it just the season
just
overall?
just a season overall. Like I know I didn't win, and I know. Like normally people would say, "Oh yeah, the season they won was their best overall." It for me, it wasn't. Like you know, it was good. Like it was a good experience. Like I enjoyed season 4 for for what it was. But the reason why I enjoyed Oxy season 5 more in general was because I improved on what I did in season 3, which was not that much admittedly, but I was still like doing stuff here and there. But season 5 I completely changed, like not completely changed, but I heightened up my gameplay to a pretty much high level. I'm like in general, like believe it or not, for season 5 I was a backup for season 5, and I
No,
remember, yeah, I was a backup for season 5, and I think if I'm correct, Ben and Killer couldn't. I think it was either Ben or Killer. I don't remember who couldn't actually make it, so I got put in as like the season 3 as one of the season 3 reps with Mason, Panda, and Jam. So I mean, if I wasn't in season 5, then I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't. I would have. To be honest, I probably would have ended up either not in another season or possibly in what was it
season
called?
8.
Season 8. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
dependent on like whatever it was. But other than that, yeah, like each of their seasons have like good and bad things about it. At least in
Mhm.
my personal experience, anyway.
I completely agree with that. With the same with me, season 3, I did get runner up, but it was not my favorite season, obviously, of course. Like
Yeah.
in season 8, another spoiler by the way, I got out early, let's be honest.
Mm,
I had a much more fun time in that season than I did in season 3, and I made it farther in season 3. Like
yeah.
it's just really based I would say based on one production and just the cast in general, just how much
Yeah.
fun you have.
Yeah.
You can
Absolutely.
be yourself and just enjoy your time instead of you know I don't know how to actually explain that. It's
Yeah.
just
It's
the
like
season overall.
yeah. It's like depending on like who's with you at the time, it can
Yeah.
make for a very enjoyable experience, but it can also make for a very unenjoyable experience. Because I remember this isn't like a recorder, but I remember like playing in other game shows or survivors in general where the reason why I hate Big Brothers so much is because of the people. Like the people are either overly competitive or they're just really extra about who they are. Like they put on a persona that, they shouldn't really have to put on. Like for me,
Hmm.
I'm just chill. Like I'll just sit there and do absolutely nothing. And that's why I think people, doing, I think some people do enjoy my presence, like here and there, dependent on like how I act. But like in general, it's nice to see, you know, entertaining faces, but it's also nice to see the chill people,
Hmm.
because yeah, even if they're boring, right? It's better to see, them than someone who shouts all the time. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just,
yeah. Of course.
it's just like I do prefer like chill people in general. So
Yeah, I do get what you're saying about the Big Brother and people, going over the top. But there's some people like that in Survivor, but they mostly do it for recorded to be like that character in the
no, yeah.
season. But usually, if you talk to them like in person
if you
or just
talk
in
if
an
you talk to them out
unrecorded,
like yeah, if you talk to them out of the game, they're sad. Like I know many
yeah,
people that are like that where they play the game like very competitively, but out of the game they're probably the chillest people.
yeah, exactly. It's I mean, this is why I've been asking. I already have someone online about the Big Brother community to talk about it because they're mostly a part of it. So I was just like, I want to hear their side of the story because one,
Mm,
I'm not really a part of that community, and two, I'm just more involved with either a Survivor or just a regular game show like the GSC community.
yeah.
So let's actually, hey, I want to hear your opinion on this. How do you feel that the recorded series of just any, host in general, how do you feel that's improved from like 2 to 3 years ago to nowadays?
Quality is improved, especially with production quality. However, what I believe has not improved is the casting portion of it. Um, in terms of casting, I think it is very difficult to cast like the correct people because you're basing it off of depending on what you do yourself. Because some people don't even do interviews; some people just go based off applications only. So if you base it off applications, you're gonna have a harder time to sift through all the bullshit just to find that one good one. And then when you realize most of them are pretty bullshit and you don't have enough good ones, and you kind of have to, you know, make the guess as to who would, fit perfectly. I think, like, in terms of, like, game shows in general, the builds have naturally gotten better. The production quality in terms of cameras, in terms of audio production, it's gotten miles better. Obviously, there will still be some that are below par, but that's because they're brand new to it. They've not really done it before, so you can give them that pass. But in terms of casting, I feel like that can't ever improve, but it can't ever go down either. You know, you have to base it off of the season, like the series alone, rather than like overall. Because if you compare like a cast from Chris's Minecraft Survivor to Kyle's Minecraft Survivor, it's going to be two completely different types of people. Yeah, they might be some similar. They might be the same people in like maybe two seasons from each one, but you can't really compare the cast of each because they might be different every time. So I think naturally casting can't improve, but it can't really go down either. So
Yeah, yeah. And I've asked this question to NKS before your interview was because he's on production, you've been on productions for seasons before.
yeah.
How do you feel about because there's some quote unquote gossip, like I've said in the previous interview. How do you feel about the gossip saying that hosts and production members, they have a sort of like slight, opinion, like someone they don't like, they'll be like, "Oh, please don't put them in the season. They're gonna make it total trash." Like, how do you feel about people in production slash host just giving their personal opinion, not giving, some people chances, or like they like someone more because one, they're like either in a friend group with them, or two, they're just, they like them more than others, or they know them compared to other
Mm.
people that they don't know. Like, what's your opinion on that?
I think no matter what bias is going to be prevalent within game show hosts, I'm sure that if you talk to any host in general, everyone will have a bias between someone. Like they will say that, oh yeah, I'm not biased. I'm not biased. No, you are biased. Like everyone has bias, and it's one of those things where, like, if you talk to people like Chris, Kyle, Lambo, any game show host, recorded or non-recorded, everyone is going to have a bias, and you can't really do anything about that. It is something that I think should be removed in some cases because it can like you know, I don't know. I feel like sometimes it can just be too repetitive, just seeing the same people over and over and over again until, eventually, you're going to have to cast you know, what you would consider to be the lesser known people. So, in general, like, if I'm going to say as to, like, what I would do personally, I would honestly do, like, the lesser people first, like, people who aren't really known because I remember trying to do like a Minecraft Survivor, like a recorded one. I did like this whole old versus new people where a lot of the new people no one had ever seen. Like Who, like, at that time, Isaac, Isaac for Smash, he was
Hmm.
barely known. Civ, barely known. Usodio, barely known. There was a lot of people in that cast that were barely known. And then in some cases, you have people who are well known, Bayback, Jervy, like those people who, you know from certain places,
Yeah.
but you know, in general, I feel like a mix is always nice because you can't have what is to be a star-studded cast because then that's not a star-studded cast. That's just your friends. You get what I mean? Like it's just you
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
friends just having a good time. Like if it's
It's
all,
basically just a personal
yeah,
invite to a recorded season. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Like if it's all stars, then yeah, obviously you're gonna bring back your best players or maybe your friends to play again, depending on how well they did. But that's a different case. But for newbie seasons, a mix is always nice to have. Like, yeah, they might not be brilliant at, physical challenges, or maybe they're not the smartest people in the world, but they're nice to have because they bring something different to the table. Yeah, they might end up being annoying as shit, but it's a risk worth taking, in my opinion. So, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I fully agree with what you just said there. You know what? I'm gonna ask this question. It was just lingering in my mind, so I'm gonna just bring it up. It's simple, really. It's just,
Right,
would you
okay.
rather play in a recorded seasons 1 through 3 or in a recorded season 4 and up?
Um, 1 through 3.
Really? Why?
Because you now the thing is with me, I never play season ones because with like I think with most people, you want to see how that season goes and whether it looks interesting for you to play in the next season. And that's what I did with Lil Man Productions. I never even bothered to apply for season one because I was like, you know what, I would rather see how it goes first than do anything else. And then I saw how it went, and it looked pretty okay. I didn't think it was like over the top amazing, but it was it was good for what I considered to be good. So I applied for the second season, and look at me now, I'm in it. So
Yeah.
it was very similar to well, it wasn't really similar because I remember applying for Elite Chris's season 2. I got backup, and I never knew anything about Elite Chris's like Minecraft game shows at the time. So I just applied and got backup, and yeah, that was it. Like,
Yeah,
I'd rather
because
play like the earlier seasons because then you at least get like a better chance of playing in it because then eventually more and more people will start to take notice of it, and then it gets harder for you to play in the seasons, especially if you apply like 3 or 4 times. So
and you never know, that series could just be big all of a sudden one day, and you'll be like, "Oh my
yeah,
god, it was him from the early seasons," and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, 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 totally, yeah."
yeah, yeah, like yeah,
It was big when I played, yeah, 100%.
yeah. It was very big when I played.
By the way, go watch Low Man Productions. We're both in it. Um,
Yeah, we are both in it.
so let me see my list of questions here. Bring out the paper and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So, hmm. I'm keeping everything in, by the way. So this right here is being kept in. Just me thinking
Oh,
about a question right now, just to
yeah.
response to this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, go off of the season 1 through 3 kind of thing. Like, why do you think people don't like to play in the early recordeds compared to like they want to play in like a season 6 or 7 because holy shit, the series is now big or it has a lot of. You think it's like for fame or is it just
I don't
because they
think
want to
it's.
prove something?
I think it could be for a multitude of reasons. Fame could easily be one of them. Um, Fame. Another thing is maybe they're brand new to it. Maybe they have never seen it before, and they realize, oh shit, this is quite popular. I might have a go at it. It's all to do with like how popular the show is. Like, for example, you see a lot of people applying, for Kyle's seasons whenever he does one, or Elite Chris's whenever he did one. Um, you saw a lot of people apply because it's popular, it's in the know. Brand new people will get into it because it's in the know. Everyone, will know about it unless they are completely brain dead and don't know anything about Survivor. And then when they see this, they're like, "Oh, this looks cool. I might have a go at it." It's like they could know nothing about the game and then they'd be like, I don't know. Like, I think it's mainly due to how popular the show is. Like, some people could
Yeah,
genuinely do it for fame. Like, I don't know. Like, I think although genuinely though, anyone who does it for like fame or anything like that, I think are complete idiots. Like, why would you play in a
100%.
why would you play in a game show just to get recognized? Like, you're not gonna become the next fucking Dream SMP member or some shit. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, that's like that honestly. That's like saying you were in a Skeppy event once and you got noticed by Skeppy and then all of a sudden you're famous. That's not how it works. Like, it's just I don't know. To me, it's just I think it's stupid. People like when people just genuinely do it for fame. Like if people do it for like fun and entertainment, that I think is pretty cool because they're just doing it for fun. Like they don't really give a shit. You know, I don't
Exactly.
know. It's just I think people are stupid if they do it for fame. Just I don't know.
There are some stupid people out there in the community, let's be honest.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm gonna ask this question as well. Do you believe a bigger production team is better than like a production team of like say 5 to 6 people, or do you think it gets kind of messy?
I think small production teams work way better because in general, if you do have a really big production team, you're having to get everyone to do everything like, on like both not only on time, but you're also having to wait to, you know, get stuff done. Like it's never really gonna work unless everyone is pretty active, which is just not the case. Like I think we all know for a fact that not everyone is going to be active. So for as little people as possible, it's better if everyone has their own little role where it's like, let's say 2 recorders, 1 host, 1 editor, for example, and then 1 logo maker. And then everyone does the building in their own time. As like the side job. You
Yeah.
know, if that was the case, I think you would get a lot more done, between pre-production and then, production itself.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because there's people out there who think the bigger production team is better because people can express their opinions more, like they go in a
Oh no,
VC
I,
at
I
the
do
end.
I do agree with that. But
Yeah.
even then, there's a lot of clash of opinions, and when you have like these clash of opinions, sometimes, like you said, with bias, hosts maybe listen to one more than the other because they know them more than the other person. So it's like if everyone chimes in, and if only if like 4 people only chimed in and there was only 4 people there, then I think it would be completely fine. Like if everyone gave their own personal cast list as to who would make for a great cast, like that I think would be decent. Like, but I don't know. I think personally smaller does equal better, but I think for most cases that's not really the case. But in this case, I think it's definitely the case. So
Well, it's your opinion. This
yeah,
is a
yeah.
platform where we can talk about your opinion, basically. So, um, I'm gonna ask this because again, you're on a production team, and then after this, we can move on to questions about like game style and all that.
Mm,
So, this is the last one for this kind of question. It's why do you think hosts and production members tend to, overlook the quiet people and the shy people just because they want to get that fucking the over the top kind of characters for screen time and
mm,
just to I guess get the viewers more invested I guess in this player because they're
yeah.
more over the top. Like why do you think the hosts and production people like just basically skip over the quiet people and be like, oh, they're too quiet, they can't make a good confessional and all that? Because in my eyes, for personally for me, I want to see a quiet like two to one quiet people in a season because I want to see how they can adapt to like the loud people in the season, like how
Yeah.
they can, overcome their social ability because they're quiet. And that's what I want to see personally. So why do you think that hosts and production people do that?
Because it's all to do with entertainment. Quiet people don't often give the best entertainment, and when you bring someone in who's loud as hell, for example, let's say Pepit. Pepit, we all know, completely loud, completely social. He will talk until he fucking smokes his lungs out and dies. And, that is, content. That gives off, a type of content that people will want to see. With someone, who's quiet, they're not going to really bring any sort of, content to the table. They may give a couple of confessionals here and there, but all they're really going to be is just there. They would rather have people who are going to be there and make a mark rather than like someone who just sits there and just, stares at chickens all day. Like
Yeah, exactly, I guess.
it's just that's just all it is really. It's purely for entertainment factor.
I just want to see a quiet player just, come out of their comfort zone or out of their shell and just
Oh no, I think
dominate the
people.
season.
I think there have been people who have been quiet that have came out of like their comfort zone with some of it, but it is very rare to see like the quiet people because to be fair, you don't necessarily know who the quiet person is or was
Yeah.
until you get to know after the season or maybe even during the season where maybe at the very beginning you see like the clearly clear quiet person and they just go on to do whatever they want. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then, speaking of over the top kind of players or just like they do put a character on for a recorded season kind of people, do you do you find yourself like wanting to work with them or you just like back yourself up for them and just let them do their own thing and then let
I
them
let
fall
them
by
do. I let
themselves?
I let them do their own thing, bro. Honestly, like if they manage if they fuck up in some way, I ain't involved. That's all I'm gonna say.
You don't
Like,
want to fall down with the ship.
yeah, I ain't falling down the ship. I'm either like jumping off it or I'm just running away. It's not like I will work with them if I know it's gonna work, but then it's like I don't know. I don't know, man. I'd rather just like let them go down themselves rather than like just go down with them.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the complete opposite. I don't know why. It's not like I want to, it just happens. Like
Yeah, no, no, like it does happen sometimes where you're just with like someone who completely doesn't shut their mouth and they're like, oh shit, like they're like, oh shit, something's happened, and it's like, wait, and then you're just there like, wait, what happened? And it's like, I'm getting voted off, and I'm like, okay, well, how are we gonna help you? And then it's like, well, give me an idol. And it's like, what the fuck, I don't have one. The next thing you know, they get voted off. It's like, I don't know. It's just like then when they realize you were the one who was like his fucking second buddy, you're the next
yeah.
one gone. Like it's just I don't know.
Yeah, that's the only dangerous part. People are gonna be like, "Well, he worked with him, so he's gotta go."
Yeah.
Sometimes it's worth it.
Sometimes it can be worth it, yeah, but other times it's just not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. The next question is, what kind of player are you most scared of when you play in a Survivor? Are you scared of the physical, the strategical, or the social?
Um, I'm not really scared of any of them. Like, I don't know. I think like in terms of like being scared, it's just like I don't really see myself being scared of any of those type of players because like I know I could beat anyone. Like even on a bad day, I know I could beat anyone. Like I know people will say, "Oh, but there's people better than you at this." Well, it doesn't really matter because there are going to be people who just come out of nowhere and be like, "Yeah, sorry, I'm a dunk on you, and I'm going to win this entire thing." They come out of nowhere. So people who will think they're not that good at challengers. Next thing you know, they win, and it's like, wait, how did that happen? How did that happen? It's like I'm not really scared of anyone in that sense because what's the point of being scared of someone who's like a really good physical player when you know you can beat them yourself? Like I could guarantee you on any good day that I have, like if I know that I'm going to be at the top of my level, I could beat anyone.
Yeah, yeah. Because NKS was talking about, the physical aspect, because obviously it's NKS.
Yeah,
Call him
obviously,
Jonas now.
yeah.
He wants to be called Jonas. I'm sorry, NKS. Um, so he was talking about how, the social players who have no physical aspect, they do like the meat shield kind of strategy.
Oh no, they do,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
fully agree
So
with that.
So the thing was, he talked about like he doesn't really call it meat shielding. He calls it leeching, and he doesn't respect it at all because
Mm.
they leech off of someone like meat shielding. Like leech off of someone, and then they just cut them like final five or something like that, and then win the game. He doesn't respect that. So I want to hear your opinion on that as well because he was the last interview, and I want to hear someone else's opinion on this
Um,
question or
I
this
personally
statement.
respect it because you at least know that you have to cut them off at some point. Because what's the point? Like that, I don't call leeching. Like if you were leeching onto someone, the person you're leeching onto is bringing you to the end. You know, they will get to the end with you, and then you will lose. Knowing that you're gonna cut them off, I do respect. You know, yeah, sure, the physical player is gonna be like, you voted me off because I was this and that. It's just like, I don't really care. Like, I understand where Jonas is coming from in the sense that it can be considered leeching, it can be considered like, latching on to someone and then all of a sudden if they become redundant, they're off. Like a parasite in a way. Where they leech onto someone, they realize, oh, well, this guy's pretty much dead, so I'm off. I'm gonna get myself a new fucking house in, like, Bali or something. And then, like, they're on to the next person. Or they're on to doing their own thing, which is most of the case what people do. Like, I've done it before. Like, I'm not gonna say, oh, I've never done it, because I have done it before. It is a viable strategy to get to the end. And when you do that, there is obviously going to be mixed reactions to say, but you never took him out before. Why'd you take him out then? And it's like, well, because they were going to win the entire thing. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
you have to make it work here and there. You can't just like, I don't know. You can't really just say, I don't know. Like, I can understand why he doesn't respect it, but in general, I do respect it because it is a viable strategy. I think any viable strategy is respectable in my position. The only thing I don't respect is when you just literally do nothing. And by do nothing, I mean you literally just coast the end, literally talk to no one, talk to zero, talk to yourself, maybe. Um,
Count the hours you play.
you count the hours you play, count the minutes, count the seconds, count the days. Um, like if you just count like on your fingers and that's it, like then why are you there? Like how did you even get here? Easy, you did absolutely nothing. But if you at least actually tried to talk to people, then yeah, I can respect that.
Yeah, 100%. Like that's I do meat shielding a lot. Let's be honest, because I'm just gonna throw it out there. I do it a lot of times. Like Pepit knows
Mm,
I've done it to him before. I've done it to other big threats. I've done it to NKS actually, or Jonas. Sorry, I've done it to him
mm.
before. I've done it to all these big threats out there because you gotta use them, but to a point where like you're not like letting them run the game. Instead, you're just using them as their name, I guess, which is it's not the cool thing to do, but it's a
Yeah,
strategy.
it's not cool, but it is a strategy that people use, and I don't think people will stop using it anytime soon because
Yeah, yeah. Would
there
you
are
say
gonna
that's the
yeah.
most dominant strategy, or would you think there was another one
Oh,
out there?
oh no, that definitely is. That definitely is one of the more dominant strategies out there because I remember, I think it was Kid's interview with NKS where I think NKS mentioned something about like people mainly playing a social game or something like that. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
It was like ages ago, but like it is true. There are a lot of people who play social games because it works.
Oh,
Like it
100%.
is it's a strategy that really works. You barely see any people go for the physical route because that just gets a target on your back, and that like unless you're like insanely good at challenges to the point where you're gonna win every single one, you're not going to win the game.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And I feel like people, because there's more social players usually on the jury than there are like any other sort of kind of players. I feel
yeah,
like they just don't respect the physical gameplay. If someone either like wins it out or like wins competitions, they're just like, "Eh, you won. It's whatever." Or you know, you were never eligible to be voted out, so they don't respect that. Which I respect that because they grinded through those
yeah, no,
challenges.
they grinded to get to the end. Like, that's what some people need to do. Like, if they're in that
Exactly.
sticky situation, that's the only thing they can do. Like, if they know they're going to be voted off at every single point, because you know what? Let me tell you a story.
Let's
So,
go.
all right, so I played in the Survivor. It was, I think it was David and Alex Survivor. With like mainly the Brady bunches.
Yeah.
So mainly with them and a few other people. Um, Basically, at one point, I don't remember who was in tribe, but I lost Digi as an ally. Digi got voted off when we lost the challenge, and I was like, well, this is getting a bit ridiculous. Because the idea was to vote off Liz, and I told Kyle, let's vote off Liz. Like, it was because I think Kyle, I don't know if Kyle was on the Red Tribe at the time, but, it was what it was. So I managed to find the idol and played it on myself, sent Liz home, managed to win the tribe challenge, there you go. And then going into merge, I didn't win, but I found another idol and I used it on myself. Smooth ended up going home. I never voted Smooth though. I voted for Brady, I think. Um, and then after that, it was a double tribal as well. So the tribal after, I wasn't going to be safe. They kept me in it because they wanted to get rid of someone else, and I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Okay, I'll do what you ask." And then the next thing I find bare idols. Like, do you know how idols get rehidden after like tribal?
Yeah, yeah.
That was what was happening. I kept on finding them, and it was one of the funniest things ever. And I got to the end because of that. And put it this way, I only got 2 votes, and you know, those were from I think if I'm correct, Timo and Smooth. Smooth at the time wasn't even there, so it was like the people
It
that
was a
like
jury
people
list
did.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a juryless kind of thing, and people didn't really respect it because you know that I had to rely on that. But then I should have said this back then, but I didn't mention it. But I was like, well, I was talking to brick walls. I remember, like, I remember talking to Savannah at the time, saying, "Yeah, let's get out Chief," and she's like, "All right, yeah, we'll do it." Next thing you know, they proceed to vote for me, and I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, how can I trust all these people? The only person I could realistically trust at that point was, like, at least before that, was Timo and Sam,
Hmm.
and like all I could do was save myself. Like I won Final Four immunity to get to like Final Tribal Council, which was like thank fucking god for that because I think they would have voted me off. Which was like you proceed to vote me off at every point you can, but then you don't respect the grind. I don't
Yeah,
know. It
because
was
you could make the case like, why weren't you guys trying to find idols? And I was like, you found them all. They didn't. I don't even know because I was in the season, but did they actually even try? Do you know to find the idols, or it just
oh
went
they did
back to camp?
they did
Oh,
try to
okay.
find idols, but I was just there. Like I remember, like I was just there, before any of them. So
You're just better at finding idols,
yeah,
apparently.
I was a fucking sniffer dog, just finding bad idols and
So do you think the social players, do you think they're gonna die out a little bit, like slowly but
no,
surely, or do you think they're gonna
fuck
go on a
no.
fucking
They're gonna go on
peak?
a they're gonna go on a fucking rampage, bro. Honestly,
Do you
like
think
it's
the
one of
whole
the
community just gonna be run by social players?
yeah, straight up. I actually think it might, because like there's gonna be bare social players everywhere. Like you look at fucking UHC survivors, fucking survivors in general, SMP survivors, whatever type of survivor, or even Big Brother in this case. Like there's always going to be social players to replace the outgoing social players. So it's a cycle that's never going to end.
Yeah, exactly. And since we were talking about the social players, I want to see the enjoyability of Survivors. Like, did you like it better back in the day, or was it like better like 2018, 2019, or is it better now?
Back in the day, it was way better. I'm not even gonna lie.
I can fully agree with this statement.
Back in the 2015, honestly, back in the 2015 days, the fucking like 2016, 17
That's when I
days.
joined 2016, 2017.
Yeah, like back then, bro, it was amazing because no one gave a shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone did it for the chill vibes. Everyone did it for like, doing for what they wanted to do. But then as
yeah,
soon
exactly.
as I think
It was like
2019, mainly
2019. Yeah, it was
2019, everyone
2019 for
decided to
sure.
be competitive about it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Exactly.
there's the only thing you could realistically do after that is be competitive as well, like to kind of catch up with everyone else. And it was like, yeah, it's nice being competitive, but the only times I'm competitive is when I'm playing games. Not fucking
Yeah.
Survivor where it doesn't mean anything. You're
On
not winning
Minecraft.
money. Like if honestly, the only times I'm competitive is if it's money involved. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
only
100%.
that's the only time. Like if it's nothing involved and it's just bragging rights, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just chilling it. Like I'm just gonna do what I
Exactly.
want to do.
Because nowadays, FTC, you got to give a full fucking
You
paragraph, or
you
not
gotta
even a
give.
paragraph, like a 3-page essay about how you did amazing. And then back in the day, I remember I
Honestly,
won a
never
game.
mind that. Never mind that. You got to give a thesis on social constructs. It's fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like it's
You gotta
actually
name every
fucking
you gotta name
ridiculous.
like every single move you've
Yeah,
done,
you got to.
how
Yeah,
you
you got to.
outplayed the other two, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, you got to basically say, oh yeah, well at the very first tribal council I did this and that, and then at the very second one, I played that idol on Jim here, and he ended up voting off someone completely different, but I didn't really care. That was his move. That was
That
his
was
idea.
I'll give him props for that, but not for the next round. It was all me. I was like, okay.
Yeah, like it's just I don't know. Like I think the idea of just giving a whole entire thesis on whatever the fuck it is
Let
these
me
days are
let me
just
give an example of how easy it was back in the day, because this was 2017, I believe. I won a game by doing this. Like, people listening, if you joined back in like, or if you joined in like 2019 above, you'll never find this experience ever in your life in this community. But I made it to FTC, did jack shit. Everyone just liked me based on my personality, and every single
yeah.
question that was gave to me, I said penis, and I won the game.
That reminds me of one thing. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like late 2015, but like I'm talking late 2015, like December time. I was in a like a unrecorded Survivor, and I remember I literally did absolutely nothing. I just chilled throughout the entire day, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, I mean, I got here, like I did get here, and I remember one of them was so fucking angry that I won that they were like, "Oh my god, how did he win?" Like I literally laughed, and I was like, "What? How did I do it?" Like I was just like, "What the hell?" Like I was like, what, 14, 15 or something? Like it was funny. It was really funny.
Yeah, I remember getting my first ever unrecorded win, which is I think it actually was the penis one. So I remember getting it. I felt
Honestly,
so accomplished in life.
what a way to win.
I know, my
Just
first ever
answering
dub.
every question with the word penis.
Hey,
Honestly, that's mad.
back in the day, I mean, of course, the moves, I guess, or what you did in the game, kind of works
Oh no,
for
they
FTC.
do, they do matter, but like,
Yeah, they do matter, but it was more based off of personality and if they liked you as a person back in the day, in my opinion. Because, like,
I will admit though, back then that was the only thing I really didn't like, where people would vote for their friends, like especially if you
oh
were brand
yeah,
new.
yeah, hundred
But
percent.
even then, it's like, if you just be funny, that's literally the
Yeah,
way to go. If you're funny, you get like not a win, but you get something out of it.
you had a good experience, but then nowadays
Yeah,
you gotta sweat your ass off to even make it to
yeah.
merge.
Nowadays, you actually got to be like the entirety of the UHC community, which is dead, by the way. I think honestly, segue for well, it's not even a segue, but in general, I don't think the UHC community is that even good anymore. But like, we'll move on from that. In it, that's a different topic for a different day.
But there you go. I want to, I want to hear someone join 2020. Like, I want to hear their opinion about like how they think the community is compared to the fucking olden days. They don't know about it, but like I guarantee you right now, the olden days was so much more enjoyable.
Oh, it was way enjoyable, yeah. Like
Yeah,
I
I mean,
actually
the
think like
production
in
value wasn't
general,
good at that.
no, like honestly, that's the reason why, because it was so casual. Like it wasn't like
Mhm.
in competitive. Even like the bigger recorded survivors back in the day, like Dawson's, that
Yeah.
wasn't even like the competitive ones. That was like the casual ones. Mate, you had 8 player survivors.
Yeah,
Like
you did. I remember these.
Like back then, you had 8 player survivors, and it was fucking amazing. Where it didn't take so long to like fucking play survivors. Where back then, it at most it took 2 to 3 hours. You know,
The
maybe
challenges
four.
back
If
then were so.
yeah, back then
The
the challenges
challenges.
were yeah, challenges back then were
It was like do
mad.
a simple parkour course. First one makes it you're the dub. It's game over.
Yeah, nowadays it takes like 12 fucking hours. Oh shit, 12 fucking hours to like do any like to do a
Oh,
single
power.
round of like the fucking thing. Like it takes literally so long, and it's like on a like the thing is that's why I always like if I was ever to do like unrecords, I always strive for at least 4 hours at most because back then you were able to do recorded survivors for 4 hours, not the ones now where you have to do it for like half a day or maybe the full thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like I just prefer the like if it was like a large cast, like then yeah, it makes sense. But
Hmm.
back then it's like, well, there's no point. Like, you might as well just, take at least 3 to 4 hours just to do it.
Yeah. Even this
Yeah,
wasn't even.
even
This was
yeah,
2018, and even Oxy's was fucking casual, kind of. Like it was only
yeah,
12 people.
yeah. Even then, it was only 12 people, and it took like I don't remember how
That one
long
took
it
like
took.
12, I think.
Jesus Christ,
I mean,
I
that's
don't
because
know.
he was a new host, but like still,
Yeah,
it was so much more casual. If someone tries to make like a unrecorded or slash recorded series, that tries to make it more casual, I'm telling you, it will not work because it's all depending
it
on the
won't. No,
cast now.
yeah. Oh no, yeah. It won't work. Like there are so many. Well, there even if you have rules in place, I think I think at times it might work, and then at times it probably won't
Yeah,
work. But if you make sure you're authoritative, I think it will work. Like you just have to be like an authoritative figure. Like if
yeah,
Chris ever did like if Elite Chris ever did an unrecorded Survivor, it would go really well because not only could he do it very quickly, not only could he do it very like smoothly, but everyone would respect like what he does and what he says. If what he says is final, no one says anything because
yeah, exactly.
they know not to bother with it.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there would be a mixture of people who just want to chill there, and then a mixture of the tryhards who actually want to win.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's not gonna be the same as back in the day, but I mean, at least it's something.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
If someone wants to go ahead and try a casual unrecorded, be my guest. Like you can try. I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, yeah.
um, so we're gonna move on from that, even though it was a very nice conversation. Let's see. You know what? Yeah. Have you ever played in an org like before?
I
Just an
have,
org?
yes. Yeah.
How do you feel about orgs?
Oh, orgs are...
Oh God, I heard the sigh.
Oh, it depends. Orgs, the one org I was in, to be fair, Cobalt's Org, season 1, and I believe it was 4. Um, I enjoyed it. Um, I think you can have enjoyable experiences, and then there's some which can be quite frustrating, but I'm not going to mention that one because it is just like straight up delusional. But yeah, orgs in general, they're fine. I mean, I don't really have like I respect like people who do orgs because that I think does take a lot more
Oh yeah.
time than Minecraft Survivors in general. Like with Minecraft Survivors, you could be on there for like ages just building. Like, but with orgs, I have
It's
a
so time
feeling where
consuming.
yeah, it's so time consuming where it's like the people who probably host orgs, I would imagine, are older than people in the Minecraft Survivor community. You
Oh,
know, they're
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Like they have jobs, they have a life. Unlike us lot, where we don't have any lives. Like it's just no, but like no, but for real though, like it is enjoyable. Like going on to like the whole unenjoyable experiences. I played in. Oh, this is weird because it was a mix. It was a really weird mix. It was like an org slash role play.
Was it like
It
the
was
Danganronpa kind of thing, or is it?
yeah, and it was
Oh my
like
God, I guessed
okay,
it.
yeah, but it wasn't like in Discord. It was on Skype. It was on Skype, and but the thing is, I'm not ashamed to admit, but I do still do like the whole role playing genre of like Danganronpas, but I don't play in them anymore. Like back then in like 2018, I used to. Because it was fun, like it was something brand like with anything. If it's brand new to you, you're gonna enjoy it. You know, you're gonna
Yeah,
unless you don't like it, then that's
you're at least
fair
gonna be
enough.
interested in it.
You're gonna I was interested in it, and I've met bare people from it. You know, I'm in a fucking friend group that I talk to barely, but you know, I'd still talk to them when I can. But like I've met a lot of people from that community who are relatively nice people. Like also you're gonna get them dickheads who let me tell you a story. All right.
Oh God.
So
Okay.
basically, I made a character called Cameron, just some random dude, you know, some random blonde, blue-eyed dude. He's not German, not a Nazi, but you know, big up World War. Actually, no, don't big up World War Two. That's a mad thing. Anyway, but in that second, like it was the second season of like one of those like fucking Danganronpa role plays, and like this was weird. Like, I was so uncomfortable by what happened. It was ridiculous. Someone drew NSFW art of my character, like getting
What the
fucked in the
fuck?
arse. Like, I'm not even kidding. It was like, and the thing is, right. Cameron, like, the thing is, Cameron in this one was like, he was pretty much into women. He loved women, bro, right? And it's like, my mom was getting penetrated by some random dude, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And the
Just
thing
a
is,
complete 180.
yeah, it's a complete 180. And I was like, what's going on? Like, I'm just, like, I don't know, like, it was so confusing. And I didn't even know about it until a fucking week after. And then fucking one of the staff told me, like, oh yeah, this dude did this for your character. I'm like, okay, cool, what is it? They fucking showed me it, and I was like, you fucking what?
The host
I
must
was
have
like,
been like, "I'm so proud of my community."
like that was one of them. Well, that was one of them things where I was like, "Oh, this is so fucking cretinous, bro." Like, that's why I think
But
certain
how old
fucking
are you,
people.
by the way, when this was?
The thing is, I was like 18, right? You know,
Oh, okay, okay.
I was 18, right? And keep in mind, the guy, like the character was like same age as me because you know it made sense to just make it that way, right? And
Mhm.
then the guy who drew it, guess how old he was?
14.
Yeah,
No
14
way,
years of age.
no way, no way.
14 years of age!
No.
And he fucking drew that shit. And I was like, what are you doing? Get rid of it. And I'm like, and he's like, nah, sorry, cuz I ain't getting rid of it. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, honestly, that reminds me, like, oh, honestly, reminds me of, like, every single Minecraft stan in the fucking universe on Twitter. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
we don't even want to get into this. We don't.
Right.
We don't get
No,
into
seriously,
that.
off topic though. I found this like thing on Twitter on like Keemstar's post, right?
Mhm.
Where there's this like I can't even tell if it's a man or woman, right? Can't even
Yeah, yeah.
tell. And they like you know how you put like you hug your legs and shit, not like rocking, but like you're up against the wall. You put your head
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
down. Next thing you know, there's the text saying my auntie's funeral is today and I can't wear my dream shirt because of
Oh,
my
oh,
parents and it's my comfort shirt and I'm like what the fuck,
oh,
like
oh no.
honestly people deserve to be bullied. I actually think people deserve to be bullied, but that's
Oh, that
another
just made
well
me like physically
like I
barf.
like I said, that's another topic for another day.
We you know let's move. Let's move.
Yeah,
We don't
let's move on,
we
yeah.
move. Um, talk about the orc community. All right, let's get all that stand stuff out of my mind now. All right.
Yeah, no, but yeah, orgs in general can be like really fun, but they could also be really painful. But like
Yeah.
I've been in Era's mag. Well, no, it wasn't Minecraft org. It was like but first it was a Minecraft org. I won season 1 of Era's, Survivor, and I was like, holy shit, I'm amazing. And then I got into season 3. I think I got 5th. No, did I get? I don't remember. I got on season 3. I think I got 5th. I don't remember. Then I got into season 4, and I got someplace. I don't remember. But I enjoyed that because it was, different at the time. Same with Cobalt. There's times where I don't play games for such a long time, and then when I go back to it, it's a lot more enjoyable because of like either new people there or it's just, bringing back all the good old times.
Yeah. And in my my org experience, I personally like the smaller orgs better because it's more
Yeah,
it's either
I find,
casual
yeah.
or it's just you don't have to try as hard as in a bigger org.
Yeah, like I feel like with smaller orgs, it's a lot nicer as well. Like you get like a lot of the nicer people there, where the bigger orgs you get a bit more of the dickheads. And let's be honest, I don't like dickheads despite being one myself. But like it's it's one of those.
Expose.
Oh, expose myself. Oh, but like no, but yeah, like I do prefer smaller orgs because there are a lot more nicer people there. I think.
Yeah, because I was in a semi-biggish org. It was Billy Bay 10Ks or Billy. I don't know how he's
Oh
called
yeah.
in Billy
Was it?
Bays.
Wasn't it as Survivor?
It was a Survivor org. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I
called
know
like
I
the
know what one.
Caribbean or something like that. I
Yeah,
remember.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I wasn't in it, but I heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in that and I got third. And the reason why I was actually doing kind of okay, but then I kind of just got burnt out of orgs because one, everyone was talking, I was talking too much, everyone was trying so hard, and I was trying so hard, and then it got merged this stage, and I was just kind of, I guess, yeah, like I said, burnt out, and I didn't really,
Yeah.
completely, totally forgot about the org in general, to be honest, because I got burnt off, so I just kind of like closed Discord, and I was like, all right, I'm finished. So
Yeah,
everyone, they're like,
absolutely.
what happened to Happy? And I just became the goat of the season. And everyone was like, I'm bringing him to the end. I was like, sweet. And
Yeah.
then I got third because of no votes. But that's why I like the smaller ones better because not one. I mean, there's some people who try, but then there's other people who are like, "Ayo, what's up, homie?" And I'm like, "Hey."
Yeah.
You don't. And then the challenges, I guess, aren't like so time consuming as well. It's just a fucking app.
Yeah, like with Cobalt season 1, I barely tried other than like I think it was one vote where I remember, I don't even remember his name, but like what my own alliance member decided to flip on me where he wanted to vote me off, and I was like, well, this is fucking painful because at that time I didn't know that they wanted me gone. Like apparently there was like a different alliance that wanted me gone completely. So as I think it was because I was just too sociable or something. I just talked in it. Like that's all I did. I just talked and I was like
Exactly.
I was a likable dude, and basically I just I got fun fact. I got saved by a coin flip from someone. So it was either between me or that dude who tried to vote me off. The dude got voted off because of a coin flip, and I was like, "Get in there!" Like the thing is, I didn't know it was a coin flip until way after, and
Oh god.
I was like, "Get in there!" I fucking saved myself, but then next vote I got voted off because I was the merge boot. So like, yeah, I was like, get in there. I'm there for one more. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm dead.
Interesting org experiences.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I play them here and there now, but I used to fucking grind on those to get the dub. And
Mm.
then, but nowadays it's just nah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
in
used
one right
to.
now. That's it, and it's just a fucking. It's Oxys, which is fucking dead. But
Yeah. But yeah, that reminds me of like another org that I was in called Bowser's Party. I've won like one season, but apparently I'm like one of the more top players, like in terms of like history, because like I played in like a bare seasons, like I played in so many seasons. Like I think I was like top 3 in total. I think at one point. I don't know, because there was like a spreadsheet like about like the top like most players or something like that, and like
Mhm.
I don't know. I played in like 8 seasons, and I
Jesus
was like,
Christ.
yeah, I played in 8 seasons, and I was like, oh, I'm checking literally through it right now, and I'm checking like which one I actually like. I think I was. Oh yeah, the first one I was in like what was called Battle of the Communities, and fun fact. GSC was one of them communities or like
Oh my
games, Minecraft
gosh.
game shows, and guess what? Out through the first 3 votes, guess how many of like the Minecraft game show people got out? 2. First 3 votes, 2 people got out, and basically, and then after that, it was me and Evan.
Mhm.
No, me, Evan, and Jervy. So Jervy went out after Majora. Then Evan went out, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like, I'm the only one left." Like, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, and then I got 5th because it turns out everyone left was on that one original tribe, and I was like,
Oh
"Oh,
God.
I was like, oh, bruh!" Like, I could not believe it. I don't know, it was mad.
We have
But the thing is,
interesting stories about orgs, let's be honest.
yeah, like the thing is, I got like 5th like several times. I got 2nd once. I think it was 9th or something. I don't remember. I did win one, which I was very lucky. To be fair, I was very lucky to win that one, but like it was, I don't know. I was just too good in it.
I want to talk to someone who regularly plays the orgs now, just to interview them about, either their experience or their opinions on it. Because let's be honest, me and you, like we played them, but we're not like the fully
No, yeah,
invested
yeah,
kind.
we're not fully invested. No, we're there if we want to be there.
If you ask, oh sure, we'll be there. But if
Yeah,
our schedule, works out for it. But
yeah,
so
absolutely.
we're gonna move on to the final 2 questions. Woohoo! And then after these final 2 questions, I didn't let Pepit do this. Sorry, Pepit, but I let Korkager and NK or Jonas, sorry, do it. They get to express their opinions for the final minutes about anything they want in the community. It could
All
be
right,
Survivor, Orgs, Big Brother, anything you want. So we're gonna do the final 2 questions, and then you can express what you want at the end. Okay?
all right.
Clap your hands. We're almost done. I'm kidding.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. So how do you feel about the community overall, like as of right now? You're like, are you enjoying it, or are you just like it's eh?
It's to be honest with me, it's like I'm not really a part of it like no more because like I'm doing my own stuff now. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm way more prevalent in like the whole role playing side of like Danganronpa and shit like that. I'm a lot more prevalent there because I'm a part of like I think I'm like 2 production teams
Hmm.
for that, and like I'm like one of the higher ups for that things. Like I'm like up there in terms of like production. So it's like I'm like one of the more main people there. So I'm like, because it's enjoyable to help out like those people who like want to get started and whatnot. Because I've done that shit before, and it's like
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah.
nice to help out, but like yeah, in general, the community for me right now is like there hasn't really been anything that's interested me to come back because I don't know right now it's kind of stale. It's kind of like it's kind of flatlined. It's not really
Yeah.
it's not really enjoyable. But it's not really unenjoyable either. It's just kind of like
Yeah, I fully agree with that. It's I mean, I guess it could go up just a bit because summer and there might be new things out there, but
oh no, yeah,
as of right
absolutely, yeah,
now, it's definitely like flatlining.
no, yeah,
It's not going down, it's
yeah,
not going up. I agree with what you just said there because it's not like it's getting worse or it's not like it's getting better. So yeah.
yeah,
And then
absolutely.
the last question before you can express whatever you want is what are your future plans about with the community or just in Discord generally?
In Discord, generally, I'm probably going to stay on it for a fairly long time because I've got nothing else to do other than like the second year of uni, which I do use Discord for like university work and stuff, just to like store some stuff on it with like alt accounts and other
Mhm.
stuff like that. Um, and if there ever comes a time where it's like, yeah, I might want to come back, I'll come back here and there. Like I'm not, I remember, I think it was Sam, like Camus, asked me like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, do you just like pick and choose what you do? I'm like, yeah, I do pick and choose what I want to do. Like now, where unlike last time when I was a lot younger, where it's like I want to be in everything, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. Nowadays, I'm just like, yeah, I'll do that. Looks interesting, but then there might be one thing where it's like that doesn't really look that interesting. So to me, I pick and
Yeah.
choose. Like I don't know, like I just pick and choose what I want to do. And overall, plans in general, I don't have a plan. Like I think I'm like one of the not only ones, but I'm one of the fair few people who don't really have a plan or like a set out plan of what I want to do. Other than just chill out, like in general, because now I'm a part of like an SMP and a build team for um Minecraft role plays, but like it's chill.
That's
Like
cool, actually.
the
Yeah.
the people there are chill, so I don't mind doing stuff for them. Like it's it is really chill to be there, and as much as like I think there are like misconceptions about like Minecraft role plays being cringy. Like I do think they're cringy, but when you get to know the people behind them, they're a lot nicer than like they're a lot more nicer than they are cringy, which is it is nice to like just um go into something brand new and at least like try something different.
Yeah, yeah. I like not I agree with what you said about the back in when you start because I was like this. I think actually no, I think every single person in the community goes through this stage where they're just like,
Yeah.
I want to play this looks so cool. I want to play it. And then, it comes a time, it could be a year or 2 years, like God knows, good luck with that.
Mm.
But it usually comes like, in the same year, and then you're like, oh fuck, dude, I'm so burnt. Like
Yeah, you get burnt out to the point where you just don't want to do it anymore. Like
yeah.
you're just there. It's like, what am I doing again? Like, do I really want to do it? Like,
And then if you apply so much, like I bet there has to be people out there. I think this was me actually. Like you apply so much to stuff that you gotta record it this week, and then you gotta record it next week,
yeah,
and then the
it
week
was
after that, the
so
week after
stress.
that.
Honestly, it was so stressed because then there'd be like two different record survivors on the same day, and you had to go to one of them. It was like it was stress.
I remember. So that's why if you're new to the community, or if you're still on that phase where you want to play everything, I would say calm down a little bit.
Not
Just
even
pick and
calm down a
choose.
little bit. Fucking calm down because like it's one of them things where it's like just pick and choose what if you want to play an
Yeah, yeah.
everything, go and do it. Like like I think if you want to play,
If
if
you
you
have the
genuinely
time,
like it's not even that. If you genuinely want to play an everything, go and play everything. Like go fill your boots up with like water or something.
yeah,
But
fill your resume.
yeah, fill your resume up with nonsense because that's what
Yeah,
my
yeah.
resume is filled up with. Absolute nonsense.
Same here. Like, did I think I was gonna get in Little Man Productions? No, but I'm in it, so there it is. Okay,
I know, yeah.
it's there on my resume. I mean, it's just there. So
Yeah,
yeah, the advice. Oh yeah,
yeah,
you can go.
yeah, like Kyle Survivor's in my resume. I won that. I'm a winner of that.
Exactly, exactly.
Like
I'm a
I was
runner-up
in,
of
yeah,
Oxys.
yeah.
Oh, the pain. So, so yeah, I like what you said. Like you can, if you want to play your heart out and play like a recorded a week after week after week, or sometimes two a week, like you can do that. But warning, you're gonna get burnt out
Yeah,
faster
you're
than you
gonna,
think you are.
yeah, yeah,
100%. And like if you want to do that, sure. But my advice would be like just pick and choose what you like really want to do instead of like playing for like maybe there's like 5 season 1s out there.
absolutely,
Don't do
yeah.
all of them. Just pick like two of them maybe.
Yeah, just
Maybe
pick like one.
three.
Yeah, just maybe like one or two. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, picking and choosing is like the best advice like that we would give you here because I mean, like you said, like we've been saying, you can play your heart out if you want, but you will get burnt out.
Yeah.
So, final thing before we wrap this interview up, like I said, I let the previous two guests do this. You get the final few minutes to express any kind of opinion you want on the community. It's all on you.
Ooh.
This is you, all you. So I'm gonna give you this time to just express anything you want. It could be about Big Brother, Survivor, fucking Roblox. I don't know why I said that. And the org
Fucking.
community.
All
So here you
right.
go. This is your time.
All right, we'll start off with survivors. Now, survivor community in general, I think, is slowly dying. Like, as much as it is flatlining, it is dying. I think, when people say it's been better than it's ever been, that's a complete lie. I do believe that, in general, survivors are going more downhill because there are less and less people playing in them, I think. More and more people will only show up for recorded rather than unrecorded. Like, there are definitely going to be some pockets of the community where it's bustling, it's amazing, but then there's going to be some that are just not filled to the brim. And in general, it's like the game show community in general, Game Show Central is a big one in this case where I feel like it's dead, but it's not dead in terms of community. Community is still there. Like, there is still a sense of community there. But in terms of like game show community, it's just not there anymore. Like, as much as it is Game Show Central, it's not really Game Show Central. It's more or less Hangout Central. There's, a lot more people who hang out there than they do play game shows. Maybe because, they play in game shows with their mates or they just, are busy with what they're doing. It's the same, however, with orgs, I don't really care for orgs, personally. Like, I do like the fact that people genuinely, like, do take time into, doing whatever they want for orgs, but with me, I'm not really into orgs that much anymore. Mainly because I just can't be bothered with it. Like, you have to keep on checking it, and it's just like, what's the point? Like, to me, because obviously I'm a lot busier than I used to be, so it's like there's no point of me just checking it out every single day. But no, yeah, Big Brother though, I think Big Brother is just gonna be insane. Like, I don't know, like, it's just, how do I say this? Big Brother is like, especially the one that I'm in. And I'm going to say so. Celeste is a good server to be in. Like, it's got a lot of unique people, but sometimes it can be very much strange to be there because I will admit I feel as if I am very different from them because they have their own unique interests. I have my own. I'm not necessarily like interested in Big Brother or anything like that because I never have been. I've always been like a Survivor through and through, but I've always been more interested in Survivor than Big Brother. So being there, is a little jarring at times, but it is enjoyable if I ever do decide to play, which I do know that at times, like, if I am available, I will play, which is very rare. But I should do whatever. But other than that, I don't really have anything else to say other than Twitter is a complete fucking joke, and Reddit is full of 30-year-old men.
There you have it. There's Lolzy's opinion. A quick question before you wrap this up. Did you finish your chicken?
Finished most of it. I've only got like I've got half of one left, but I'm not going to eat it because I'm too full already. So
There you go. There you have it. It was an honor and a privilege to interview you, Lolzy. I think this is one of our actually like first conversations in a while. So that
yeah,
was kind of
a
cool.
long time. Yeah.
Very long time. So it was very cool to just be on a one-on-one conversation with you after a long time. So
I haven't had a one-on-one conversation in fucking ages either. So it's like, I am good at like talking to people one-on-one, especially when it's like topics at hand where it's just like you just go off of each other one-on-one. But then
yeah.
But then it's like, when it's like a group, I'm just there like, all right, I'll just sit here and I'll just, just chill out. I'll just
Say a
talk when
joke
I
here and
need
there,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll say a very insensitive joke here and there, but it is what it is. Just piss off like every 12-year-old in the universe, but it is what it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna wrap things up here. Thank you everyone for listening. It was very nice to hear your opinions on stuff, Lolzy.
Mm.
Like production and all that. gameplay and all that. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Like I've said in the previous 3 interviews, if you want to get on, I don't have to fucking know you at all. Um, you don't even have to be a part of the Survivor community. Like I said before, Big Brother, Roblox, Jesus Christ, or community,
You know,
or
one
even the
person.
challenge. Like, what the fuck?
Honestly, if he was still here, you should honestly try to get Willow's way on. He was a mad thing back
I
in the day.
remember Willow's
He
Way.
was a
Oh
mad
my
thing back. He
god!
was a mad thing back in the day. He's still around, but not in like this area. He's in like the whole YTP thing, right? But like,
Oh my gosh!
even then, imagine if he got on, bro. That'd be views, brother.
Either him or Marlon Tyler. Those are the two
Bro,
I
you
remember.
could honestly, you could realistically get Marlon Tyler. To be fair,
Isn't he in the
because
GSC?
yeah, he's still on GSC.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching. And yeah, like I said before, just DM me. I'll get you on. The scheduling is like very free. Just DM me. I'll be like, all right, bet what day you free, and then boom, you're on. It's just that easy. So thank you everyone for watching, and peace.
Yeah.